We're playing some Sonic Advance music today. Really love Sonic Advance music. Sonic Advance series, I hold those games a special place in my heart, and I know a lot of people don't like those games, but just imagine being a kid and just playing that on your way to wherever you are on the GPA. So it says upcoming event on my phone, but it's really not though. Because, let's see. My internet is working just fine. Internet on my phone is okay. It says that the stream is good, but YouTube is not loading for some reason. It's like as soon as I go to start this live stream, it's like everything in its mother gotta go wrong. Okay, it looks like it's working now, so I'm gonna restart this music. And I do not have Spotify, I don't have iTunes or whatever, because I don't want to install so much shit on my computer, so I would just rather play it from YouTube. But I can see everything on my phone. It looks like everything is working. So what is up, guys? Katonuchiha4525 here, back again with another live stream. I know a lot of people don't know how to say my name. It's Katon Uchiha. Maybe I should space them out. Maybe I shouldn't. Who knows? But I've used that name ever since I started YouTube. Before I started YouTube, I've used that name. And I've been on YouTube since 2006. And this channel originally started as a cosplay channel. If you look all the way back, you can see a lot of my old videos. Down a little bit. Maybe it's competing with my voice, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, if you look back on this channel, you will see a lot of my old videos that go into me doing like cosplay skits and stuff, because I used to be into making cosplays and I used to love just cosplaying a lot. Ooh, that was my phone. Maybe I should let people know that I'm live streaming. I'm so glad I got 2 watchers already. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know in the chat who you are, so you can get noticed by Senpai. And I hope the music is okay. I think it was loud before, but let me know how it is if you want me to raise the volume back up. Because I just want the music level to be complimenting me. I don't want me to be overpowering the music, you know, because this music is really good. I usually let people on Discord know that I'm going live, and on Twitter, you know, the YouTube automatically sends a tweet over on my Twitter, so it lets people know that I'm live streaming, but for some reason it writes stuff like the last time I live streamed, it was like IDW page submission when I wasn't even doing that, so it was just mad clickbaity. So right now I'm telling people that I'm live streaming. Oh my god, this music is great. I'm streaming now, guys, over on the Sonic Legacy chat that I'm putting this up on. So right now what you guys are looking at is going to be my intro Sonic art that I'm now doing for every single live stream. I'm gonna do like, I don't know, just this like introduction for the live stream. So just give me a couple more minutes to let people know that I'm streaming, because I'm trying to figure this Discord thing out. I'm still fairly new at this. Streaming some, oh well, I don't think that it should go there, and it's like you have to find the right channels to like tell people, and it's so hard to like find the channel because you don't want to put it in the wrong channel. So it's like I really don't know where the hell to put this. Let me just put it here, and if they say something, silver. Yeah, this sounds really loud on my headphones, so I hope it doesn't sound that loud on your guys' end. But we will see. So with this drawing, right, I took some reference pictures from Pinterest, and what I would do is I would download the image and then I would import it into Clip Studio Paint, and I would just basically trace over top of it. Now what I mean by tracing over top of it is, like, let's say if I would download, I'm going to show you actually. So I downloaded this image, right? So I would just import it into Clip Studio Paint, lower the opacity, and basically draw on top of it. So I would draw out the basic shapes. So you see how the head here, and then the torso, and then you have his arm and stuff. Just basically teaching myself how to memorize these techniques so I can use them without reference, because that's what artists should be doing. And this is what I learned how to do in SVA. And you're like, people are like, oh, but you went to school to learn how to trace. Well, a lot of comic artists, this is proven true, a lot of comic artists, how they started getting into like drawing these amazing buildings and stuff was because they traced over it first, and they continued to trace over it, that it just became a muscle memory, and then they didn't need to use tracing anymore. I know one of my teachers was telling me about this famous comic artist who used that technique. And this technique has been working for me really well. I mean, I've been able to memorize some of these poses and really understand how the body works more with doing these poses. So I'm just gonna do this sketch, or finish it, because I started doing it and then for some reason my goddamn Surface just decided to turn off, and I got really upset. But luckily it saved some of the progress, it just didn't save what I initially had before. Oh my goodness. So we're just gonna go in and start cleaning the lines up that I had previously. So I just recently watched this movie called Avengers: Infinity War. I don't know how to think about that movie. I mean, it was cool. It was a cool movie. It wasn't that good. but Thanos, that character has really got me inspired to draw Shadow. And the reason why is because I feel like Shadow is a type of character that Sega keeps missing. They keep messing up on Shadow. It's like they don't know how to really bring out this guy's power. We was told that this guy is the ultimate life form, yes. Like, he's supposed to be really strong. He's supposed to be stronger than Sonic, because he's the ultimate life form. This guy has lived for a long time. I really like the song. So what I want to do is, I want to maybe flesh out, almost kind of have it like a Dragon Ball Z thing with Vegeta, right? I want to have Shadow's character fleshed out in a way, like, what if he got all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds like he did in Shadow the Hedgehog, but let's say he was more power hungry, because he suffered a loss from Maria. It was so bad on his psyche. Let's just say instead of his motive to fulfill Maria's dream, maybe his motive or his goal was more of a revenge type of thing, like Sasuke. And then you have his animal instincts kicking in, which is why I added the saliva, because, you know, at the end of the day, Shadow's a hedgehog, he's an animal, so we should be having his animal instincts come out in some way, almost like a Sonic Unleashed type of thing. So I do want to have some of that there with Shadow, and have him almost crazy because Sonic compares to him. So maybe his want and his need for power is just so, like, blood hungry. Almost like a Majin Vegeta type of thing. And then, of course, the gauntlet with the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Which would this be? So yeah, I was originally going to live stream, you know, yesterday and the day before. But let me see, what the hell was I doing that I couldn't live stream? So yesterday I was trying to finish up a commission that I was getting paid to do. So that was like a top priority. But this was the random guy that messaged me over Facebook talking about his project, and he automatically paid me up front, so I just didn't want to make him feel like, you know, he paid me for nothing because I had him waiting. So yeah, I'm trying to finish that. And then I'm also working on this other commission that I'll show you right now that I've kind of cleaned it up since the last time, and now I'm putting everything into perspective. I'm going to fix this because that looks wrong. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink these characters for you today, and then I'll clean up the pencils off stream and stuff and ink it, and then maybe I'll move on to some coloring. And then what I also want to do is, I still have to finish him, but I do want to start inking this guy and doing a little color test for you guys. So yeah, that's what we're doing this stream. What I'm also going to be working on off the stream is some of my Sonic Legacy pencils that I have to do. I have to pencil out 10 pages, so I already started thumbnailing one of the pages I have to do. Thumbnailing shouldn't take me that long. The thing is, I just keep forgetting about it, and I've been thumbnailing on my phone. So yeah, I'm probably just going to thumbnail all the pages out when I'm playing Halo later. And then get started on the pages once the thumbnails are in the okay. And I also recently joined the Sonic Art Collab Discord, which I'm going to do some promotional art for that. I also have to finish up another collaboration I'm doing with somebody. I'm almost done with the inks. I just have to clean up a little bit of the pencils before I start inking some the last couple of things. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff on my plate right now, and I'm also going to be doing the SilverTeam stuff, and I'm also going to be doing the Sonic Chronicles Brotherhood Remaster art for their project that I'm doing. So yeah, I have a lot of things going on at once. But it's really freaking awesome because I want to be able to feel like I can handle all these projects and my time management and, you know, just me getting these projects done in a fluent time and having them come out as professional as possible. I feel like that's going to really help me when I break into the industry because I'm doing all these projects now. This is what I wanted. So I guess you could say when I first started this year in January, I said that I wanted to take on so many projects, but I didn't know how to do it. But now all these projects are coming to me. Since I've been doing so much of my Sonic art and posting them, I've noticed that a lot of people are coming to me. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was sitting in a cafe. I was sitting in one of my favorite cafes again, like I do every weekend, except for today because I was really tired. This is also another one of my favorite songs. So I was sitting in a cafe and I was watching Dragon Ball Z, original Dragon Ball Z. Like, I was watching the freaking Cell Saga, and then, you know, this guy, he was sitting 2 seats away from me. He was not minding his business, and he was just watching it with me. So I'm like, okay, you are allowed to watch this stranger. So I was allowing him to watch it with me, and then, you know, I got inspired to do a certain art piece. So I was working on this while I was watching Dragon Ball Z, and, you know, the guy, he stops me 10 minutes after I start drawing this, and, you know, he's complimenting my work. He was like, I've never seen such amazing line work. I saw that you got inspired from Dragon Ball Z. What else do you get inspired by? And I was telling him, you know, I get inspired by a lot of animation, not only Japanese animation, but just like any type of animation that is fluid and consistent. That's what inspires me the most. Almost every time when I'm about to start drawing, I try to look at some sort of animation. It's mostly Japanese anime, but still. So, you know, he starts explaining to me that he's a director and he wants to produce an animated film, and he wants to release it by January of next year, and he wants it to be 30 minutes long. And he was explaining to me his entire process. So he took down my information, I got his information, and we was talking for a long time. You know, he said he'll keep in contact with me, but I told this guy, you know, I only know how to animate a little bit. I'm not a fluent animator. I'm not that experienced at it, but he's working on building a team. So if he gets me in with the right people, maybe I can learn how to like animate, and I will start animating definitely for this YouTube channel. There'll be a whole platoon of animation going on. So that was really cool. Just somebody talking to me about, you know, their project actually coming to me. And I didn't have to do anything but just sit there and watch goddamn Dragon Ball Z and draw. I guess that's what artists mean about being lucky. You know, you have to be at the right place at the right time. Somehow I'm always in the right place at the right time. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. But I'm always meeting new people, and people, you know, I know a lot of people don't like to approach me because of the vibes I give off. It's because I don't want to be bothered, because there's a lot of crazy people in New York City. But yeah. You know, sometimes people really do like talking to me, and I appreciate that. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I also want to work on this Spyro and Sonic pinup that I started doing a long time ago. And I also want to clean up that Sonic Adventure pinup that I was also working on, because everybody was complimenting the line work on that, but I know the perspective is extremely off, and I really want to fix it, and I really want that to be the most high quality picture that I have in my toolbox right now. And because, you know, the Sonic and the Shadow and the Silver that I did for the Sonic Adventure 3 concept art, they're kind of old right now, so I really want to do like a new pinup, a brand new pinup. And that was supposed to be the Spyro and Sonic thing until I just got flooded with all these things that I had to do. I like that he's holding down his head. So I noticed in the Sonic Legacy Discord that there's a lot of young artists who seem like they're frustrated with drawing Sonic. And when I look at these young artists' work, I see myself a lot in the mistakes that they were making, and the mistakes that, to be honest, I still make today. But there was this one guy, he just seemed like he was getting absolutely frustrated with drawing Shadow. And here's the problem when people attempt to draw Sonic. They're attempting to trace official artwork. And the problem with their mindset is that they think that it's going to come out looking exactly like the promotional artwork. The thing about promotional artwork is that 99% of the time they're either using Adobe Illustrator with a pen tool, that's how they get these precise lines, or they're just having, yeah, that's most of the time where you see these precise line work come from, is from Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. And you know, when I first started drawing Sonic and I was drawing promotional art, I was thinking the same thing, like, why isn't this working? Why isn't my drawing coming out like this? And promotional artwork is very difficult to replicate. I still cannot replicate promotional artwork today for Sonic. And the thing is, you just gotta draw basic shapes. You just gotta outline your characters with circles, triangles, squares, cylinders. Like what I just did with the hand. I did a square or a rectangle, and now I'm drawing the rest of the hand. And it's more about, you know, just anatomy practice and just like practicing. Even this right now, this is practice because I'm trying to do something that I don't know how to exactly do right now. But I'm trying my best and I'm trying not to get frustrated. And the thing about drawing is that you have to have patience. And you just have to believe in yourself and have confidence. Because, you know, I don't think your artwork is never going to come out how you imagine it in your head. Because a lot of people when I was growing up, they was telling me, oh, you know, you have to draw what you see in your head. But honestly, when I'm drawing, I don't really see things in my head. I'm just mapping out things in my head. You know, I've trained my mind to just be this geometric thing and trying to see things in a grid and trying to see things in perspective instead of seeing just characters, you know. Because if I see characters, I'm not going to be able to see the depth and the form and, you know, just all these things that go into making that character. Hello, rest in peace, Sonic. You know what, you're absolutely right. Let me see, let me try to do something different here. So yeah, to all those young artists trying to draw Sonic, you know, you just have to be patient with yourself. And drawing Sonic may seem hard at first, but if you just draw in basic shapes, you'll get it. Okay, I like that. And it looks like he's in pain. And then we got Shadow over here. I'm not gonna bend his leg that way. I'm just gonna have him sit on top of him. Have a little Sonato action going on here. Totally support that, by the way. Totally support that. But I don't think I'm gonna draw it on the stream because, yeah. I don't want people to get triggered. Now you will die, Sonic. Like, this guy is freaking hypnotized right here because of this chaos energy. So I wanted his arm to be coming around like this, and then like this. So his hand. See how I'm drawing in basic shapes? I drew a cylinder, and then I drew the rectangle for his hand. What the hell? I got an email from freaking Google the last time I live streamed with Sonic Music. They was like, oh, your video may not be able to get monetized because of this music. And I'm like, but I'm not monetized anyway. The fuck? If I was to draw this, first of all, I don't think his thumb would be like that. This is another song I really like. This is something I have to practice on, is drawing hands. Maybe I should draw like some Marvel and DC stuff so I can like figure out how to get these hands to where I want them to be. I know how to draw hands. I just have a vision for my Sonic character's hands to be more dynamic. The size Sonic's hand to be bigger instead of drawing. Maybe. Not sure what I'm gonna do with that hand yet. If I was working traditionally still, my process would be different because first of all, it would probably take me longer because I would thumbnail on a sheet of paper, and then from the thumbnails I would make all my mistakes there, and then from that I would try to retrace what I've drawn like on a cleaner sheet of paper with cleaner lines. You can also buy like a tracing, like this big light table so you can trace on top of your thumbnail, something I haven't bought yet because I haven't drawn traditionally in a long time, but I want to get back into it. And sometimes digital art can be a crutch. Yeah, the position, the way I want to draw his hand is so weird because I'm drawing from my hand right now and it looks so fucking weird. And sometimes, you know, the anatomy can look right, but when you draw it on paper, it's not going to look right. And that's another thing I learned in art school. You could take references from some things, but sometimes it just won't look right when you're drawing it. So you would have to take a different route. I got all the Chaos Emeralds. maybe I'll have something like that. Have this gauntlet in his hand. In his hand? He's wearing it. Nice. I wish there was a Walmart in New York. Back when I lived in Jersey, that's all we would go, was like Walmart. And then I was in Connecticut for a couple of weeks. Also went to Walmart, but the Walmart in Connecticut was so far out of reach. I got all the Chaos Emeralds. Yes, that does count as New York. That's actually New York, New York. I'm in New York City. I know a lot of people, when they say New York, they think like Manhattan and shit. But New York is so big in itself. Where are you going, Sonic? I guess I like that. That looks very demonic, though. So maybe I want this to be as sharp as possible. I'm like, damn. He's really about to kill Sonic right now. I know, right? So I want these Chaos Emeralds to be really bright here. How the hell does Chaos Emeralds fit in a gauntlet, first of all? This actually looks really nice. I'm gonna make that middle finger less fat. Shadow has always been my favorite character, but this guy has always been not treated right. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do. I hope I give some pretty good advice. I just want artists to copy, you know, when they watch other artists' streams, just to basically copy them. Because there's this one artist that I watch, his name is Jonathan Rector. And man, his inking work is amazing. And whenever he would live stream, I used to binge watch his live streams as well, just to study his inking techniques and mimic what he does on stream. Not sure where that guy is now. Hopefully he's doing well. I'm glad it helps you. It only took me 3 years of school. And I still have a lot to learn though. Because I'm the type of artist that does not like drawing from real life. Even when I was a kid, I could not get myself to draw from real life, and I know a lot of people tell me that I have to start drawing from real life. But it's like, I can't bring myself to. It's like math. I really hate math, and I probably would never ever do it again if I don't have to. So it's like, I would rather study comics than draw from real life. This is my favorite song of all time. I say that about every single song that I like. What are you gonna do now, Sonic? Finally, Maria. I will honor your wish. This is also what I do when I'm not on the stream. Let's see, just checking my notifications really quickly. Some creepy person. Some creepy person on Instagram just commented on my picture. They said, "So you live in Manhattan? For some reason I thought you lived in Brooklyn." Oh my god, why is this person stalking me? That is so scary. I never used to put the location on my pictures, but I found out when you put locations on your pictures that it will help you generate eyes better. But it's like, damn! That's so scary. This is literally my style, just my style. I've been trying to find my style for so many years. Oh my god. I just copy. Oh, I love this song. Maybe this is not gonna work out this way. Maybe something like that. But his knee would end there. So I'm totally doing this with no reference. And then his foot would probably be like that, right? But then we got Shadow's foot right here. Maybe something like that. I'm so glad my advice helps all of you out. I would rather like younger artists watch my stuff than popular people, because life is just about learning from each other. In this day and age, people's perception of success is so construed. How you get success in life is from teaching others, because they will carry on your will. But a lot of people, they think that success comes from fame. That's not entirely true. Sometimes fame can be your downfall, but if you educate people, that brings you some sort of joy. I'm doing this because I don't necessarily see myself having so much money. I don't see myself having so much fame. Because, you know, I don't want to be drawing Sonic just to be popular. I really like doing this. I just want other artists to not forget that they have that creativeness inside them. And then they'll grow up going to college for the wrong thing, and then they'll abandon their childhood, when we shouldn't be abandoning those things that made us happy. Never drew from life unless it was mandatory. Me too. You know, there was this one school project. I had a couple of school projects for art class. I had to draw in one point perspective with these trees. I had to draw some still life. They have a freaking styrofoam sphere. They'll put it in the middle of the table along with some fake fruits, and then they'll have all these lights on it, and they'll tell you to replicate that. Or draw something from life in your room. Or this one time, she told me to draw this corner. A corner of a room. Just a corner. From the ceiling to the floor. And I'm just like, what the actual? And then, one thing I hate that I never do, and you'll probably never see me do, is draw myself, like a self-portrait. I will never ever do that. Not because I don't like myself, not because I find myself ugly. I just don't like drawing myself. It feels weird to me. And I had to do that so many times in art class, and it was just annoying. Let's see. Everyone thinks you have this anime style. Dude, join the club, please. Like, I started drawing from anime, but then during high school, I guess, I was still in love with anime a lot. But it was like, instead of drawing, you know, Naruto and Dragon Ball Z all the time, I branched out to other animes that had more of a realistic tone, like Death Note and Code Geass, that their characters were very spot on, and I really loved their designs, and I started replicating those styles. So it went from drawing cartoony anime to more realistic anime. But I never really drew from Marvel and DC Comics. I really hated them because I felt like they were really cliche. With anime, back then at the time, it wasn't that cliche. You know, we had this uprising of Gundam and Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon during the beginning of the anime era in the United States. And then that's when all these other animes started getting introduced in the late 90s and the early 2000s, where it was just like a breath of fresh air. It wasn't superheroes and shit. It was like a solid story, solid characters, likable characters, relatable characters. It's like, I couldn't really relate to Batman in a way, because I didn't know what it was like to experience that, because that seemed like an impossible thing, which I'm pretty sure it's possible, but it seemed like an impossible thing. A Superman story seems like an impossible thing. A Naruto story, like, even though they had the Nine-Tailed Fox and stuff, it's not impossible that this kid just wanted attention and he wanted to be loved by people, and he didn't know why he was being treated a certain way. That was something I could totally relate to. Which is why I connected with that anime on so many levels, because it really touched on a lot of loneliness that you feel at one point in your life. I feel like, you know, Batman and Superman, they don't really touch on those things. They touch on how to defeat Lex Luthor and shit. Wow, this music is so fitting. This music is so fitting. Dum, 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 dum. This actually sounds like some Bowser music. Oh yeah, I try to draw from video games nowadays. I'm actually picking up some more video game art books. Like, I just recently picked up this Crash Bandicoot art book. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be, but it was pretty cool. And I heard that they was coming out with a Ratchet and Clank art book that I really want to get. My style is nowhere like cartoony, but I do want to get it to that kind of level, so maybe I can be like a character design for Insomniac Games or Activision, because they're the ones who really shaped my childhood in more ways than one when it came to Crash, Ratchet and Clank, Spyro, goddamn, what's that other one? Spy. Yeah, there was just like so many that is unknown because they died off. Now you will pay, Sonic. Do 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 do. Let's see. What am I gonna do here? So inking. Inking can be very scary, especially if you're doing it traditionally. But what the heck? There's music. Okay, we died and then we came back to life. That's great. So when you're gonna start inking, what I usually do is I lower down the opacity by like 30 or 40%, make a new layer on top of that, like a normal layer, and I just start going in. You can download brushes if you want, or you can make your own brushes. I don't know how to make my own brushes. I don't like making my own brushes because I've tried before. It doesn't work out. So I just download people's brushes and they work out really well. So if you're working traditionally, I recommend starting with the thinnest brush and then going to darker. Like, say you're doing this, and then if you have another pen, just keep going over it and then go like that. To add line weights, that's what you want to do. You want line weights to your drawing. When I used to ink, actually I started with a G pen and then I transitioned to microns because they were easier. They didn't waste so much time dipping the pen. So let's see, my light source is coming from here, so lights. Boom, boom, boom. So what I was taught was, if the light source is coming from a certain area, then the lines closest to the light source would be thinner, and the lines more farther away would be thicker, because you're indicating where the lights and shadows are going to be. Let me actually change that. So let's see. Oh no, I'm using the wrong pen, first of all. So, as an inker's job, it's not your job to trace over the penciler's work. That's what a lot of people think inker means, is a tracer. But you're adding weights to these lines. You're indicating to the colorist how they should be coloring, how they should be complementing these lines, because you're putting definition into the characters or the environment. You can't even do a stroke? Oh no, that's not good. Fun fact about inking, don't use your wrist to draw a stroke, because if you use your wrist, it's not gonna come out straight. Use your arm. What I mean by use your arm is just lay your hand down on the paper and start doing fast strokes. Just move your entire arm to do these fast strokes. Because if you use your wrist, you're just gonna get a curve. And a lot of people do this for practice. They would draw a lot of fast strokes to really get in the mindset of inking. And I am not an inker in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to be an inker because, you know, putting solid lines down, I don't think that's for me. And I'm still getting used to this brush because I just downloaded it. This music is pretty cool. Some nice GBA music. And you just don't want to press too lightly on the canvas. That's the same thing with traditional, especially when you're sketching. You don't want to press like so hard down on the paper. You just want to go in very lightly. I might just use a different brush for the inside, actually. Let's lower that down. So usually the body I would draw pretty thick, and then the inside I'll use a thinner brush, just because it's details. Let's see. I gotta move these brushes together. And then we're just drawing the saliva, or the foaming of the mouth. So this is not really saliva. It actually looks really freaking crazy though. That's the kind of shadow I would want to see in a story or a video game. I just want to see shadow go really freaking crazy. And can we just please have that? That's the back of his head. He did some meth and coke at the same time. He also took Pepsi. Diet Pepsi. I guess this music is also fitting. It's a miracle I can even sketch over these lines. These are some terrible lines. They are blurry as heck. So with the fur, you know, guys, let's just like be thankful right now that there's not an ice cream truck parked outside of my window like there was the last stream. Luckily, there's just airplanes going by right now. And it's like when I lived at my last house, oh my god. There was just people blasting their damn music. And I could never be able to live stream when I was living there. Just because so many people were inconsiderate and they were screaming at the top of their lungs. They were having parties every night. And I'm just like, dude, I just want to work on my shit, and I don't want to tolerate this nonsense. And then the stream is like, where did you used to live? I used to live in the Bronx. Very scary place. But I'm not from New York originally, I'm from New Jersey. Right now, T Loops is actually living in Jersey. I met the guy actually in person when I went to Video Games Live, and it was in Jersey, and I gave him a little Sonic sketch, and I told him about my journey, about how I want to become a Sonic artist. I want to work for Sega. I want to do so many things for this company because I want to see them back on their feet. And, you know, he really appreciated that I had, you know, similar love to the IP as he does. I didn't know the Sonic comics had actual blood. Yeah, the vibration when people be blasting their music. It's like, how the hell? How does it even vibrate, man? I literally cannot be that inconsiderate. It's like, I understand you're having a party, that's okay. But it's like, at a certain time, you just gotta lower it down. But these people, when I used to live over there, these people, they would still be having parties at 9, 10, 12 o'clock in the morning. It would even sometimes be until 2, and I wouldn't be able to sleep sometimes. And then, in New York City, you know, they'd be opening up the fire hydrants in smaller neighborhoods. So when they would have the fire hydrants going, you would be hearing that, along with the car noise, along with the ice cream truck, along with these kids, and it was just a headache. I could not handle living there. On top of that, you're wasting water. I never understood the concept of opening up fire hydrants when you literally have sprinklers in a park for a reason. So I also have the stream open on my phone, and the stream froze on my phone. Like, it was frozen for a long time, and I thought that nothing was recording. I was about to not do something nice. So I'm also warming myself up so I can ink those other things that I want to do. So I'm gonna put some darker lines, I guess. I'm gonna use a different brush. The evil ice cream trucks, I know, right? Okay, I guess that looks better. You see what I mean about the line weights when you're inking? This is what you want to have. Is you want to have thin lines and then you want to have thicker lines. Where can I find your comic if they're done? So, I'm working on a few things. I was supposed to have an original webcomic done by like fucking March. I had it set to come out, and then I had it set to come out last month. But because I have all these projects, I don't think my webcomic is going to come out anytime soon. But I'm still working on it. But the Sonic comics that I'm working on right now, like the Sonic Legacy stuff, the first issue is said to come out in July. That's what they're shooting for, is a July release of the first issue of Sonic Legacy. The second issue, I'm not sure when that will follow, but the second issue is what I'm working on. I'm working on the last 10 pages, so combined in that issue is 20 pages, so an artist is working on the first 10 pages, I'm working on the last 10 pages, and I also did the cover to that comic. But if you head over to my Twitter, and you will find I tagged Sonic Legacy and a whole bunch of stuff. If you go to the Sonic Legacy Twitter page, you will find this Discord link, and you'll be able to join the Discord and keep up with all the stuff that we're doing. But as for my original stuff that people probably don't give a fuck about, my original comic is called Gas Chamber. It's about this young girl who befriends this prisoner boy, and she doesn't know about why they're imprisoned, and the reason why they are imprisoned is because it's based on a Holocaust idea. And I want to have it so that the little girl's father is like a very important military person, and he finds out that she's been hanging around this young boy and they've been friends, and she's exposed to the world a little bit more, but he was trying to keep her safe from knowing all the stuff that's been happening. So, you know, the little girl is trying to help the boy escape from this prison, but he doesn't know where to go, and she doesn't want to continue to live with her parents because she just found out that, you know, the government is doing horrible things to these people. In the end, her father, you know, manipulates her to do something so horrible, and there's just gonna be a life lesson learned. Oh my god, Boruto, what the hell? Why didn't you say anything, man? So your name is Alex. Jeez Louise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Boruto to the stream. This guy works so hard, and I really do like his perseverance. Because he reminds me so much of myself when I first started drawing these comics. Oh my gosh, this is taking me forever. But that's okay, because this is patience. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Boruto. Thank you for not telling me that you were Boruto in the beginning. I appreciate that. But I was really hoping you was gonna tune into the live stream, actually. Because every time when you post in the Sonic Legacy Discord, you know, I watch your art and I can see just a lot of things about you that is very unique in terms of your art. I'm killing my other comic. Yeah, I know, right? The thing about me releasing my own comic is I want to get a good logo, which is why I downloaded Adobe stuff so I can learn how to logo design. So that was taking me a while to do. And I still don't know how to do it, by the way. And then I'm also inking and coloring my own pages. So it's taken me a while to do. Oh yeah, so I'm drawing this, right? But underneath this layer, I have some more SilverTeam stuff that I was working on. The main character that I also want to ink a little bit and finish sketching out. This was taken from reference, and the reference picture I found it was pretty interesting, but from the reference picture, he had his, you know, hand and his gun in front of his face, and I thought that looked really cool. Maybe I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more and make just the hand and the gun more bigger, but I also don't want the eyes to get lost, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I'll bring it just a little bit more down. This could be the cover to the comic, or it's just some promotional art, but I think it looks really badass. And the SilverTeam comic is for the SilverTeam animation production. Is currently being worked on. Like, I'm basically the freaking head honcho of the artist, the 2D artist side, working on the comic. So I'm the only one doing the pencils, the inks, and all that. Yeah, man, you just gotta, like, really keep at it, and listen to Celeste. Because Celeste created the group, and Celeste is, has a pretty good eye. The thing I can tell you is that don't be so quick to post artwork. Because what the team is really looking for is that you take their advice and they want to see improvements every time you post. They just don't want to see, you know, artwork because they feel like you're not really learning from the advice that they're giving you. Maybe I'll do this with a different pen. So I have to show you guys some of my original Sonic art. Like, you guys are gonna puke. And if you guys want, we can take a look at my DeviantArt library and figure out what the hell is happening with that. That was actually a really good song. The structure like a college. So like a Hogwarts setting almost. If it were Stranger, so like a Harry Potter meets Stranger Things type of thing. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And the brush I'm using right now is the G Pen brush, the most standard brush. It's also one of the best brushes, one of the best pens that comes with a standard program. It's not bad, not bad. I've also noticed that Clip Studio, they like to have a lot of sales during the month of April. So if you just missed the sale, I'm so sorry. But they was having this $200 program on sale for $80, $84. This is it. This is it for you anyway, Sonic. Also, with Sonic Legacy team, they are looking for, I think, a colorist and an inker for the 4th issue. At first, I wanted to be the pencilist, but I'm like, these other artists need to have a chance, so I'm not gonna even. But maybe I'll try out for inking, even though I really don't like inking. I do want to get better at it. That's understandable. That's exactly what I used to do, actually. Mix my practice with something I like to do. Yeah, just getting these, just getting these proportions down right, it's very difficult. Because when I first started drawing Sonic, like I said, I took inspiration from Ken Penders. So already my anatomy was just really off because he had a certain style, and that style wasn't being used today. So when I was drawing my Sonic pinup stuff, you know, I had almost an anthro type of thing going on. Oh, really? I would absolutely wouldn't mind working with you, actually. But it's like, my comics are very, straightforward in a way. Oh, did the music stop? I think it did. But luckily, I have already Sonic Advance 2. So we've been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Let's keep it going for another hour. So, I'm just going to end him right now as a good practice. And we're going to move on to the next thing, which would be inking this doofus here. Now this guy is part of the SilverTeam. I'm doing some character designs, and then I'm going to be coloring him a little bit, and then I have to work on a comic page, the second comic page that got destroyed somehow. But yeah, how I do my Sonic comics is I notice that a lot of people within the Sonic community, they like breaking up their panels so much. And it's like, when I went to SVA, and when I first started to go to SVA, I did have that mentality. And of course, I also studied manga, so my paneling was just like spread out. It was all over the place. But my teachers taught me that you can perform some excellent storytelling and some excellent paneling. Oh shit. I didn't start a new layer. Without, you know, you can achieve some excellent paneling and great storytelling without breaking up the panels so much. of angling emerges. And with this guy, he's not Tails. He's not meant to be Tails. He's meant to be just... His name is Miles, but that's an alias. This guy, he's supposed to be a hard-working spy, almost. Very scary, very kept to himself. I'm gonna continue using the G pen for this one. And all you're doing is just, like, very loosely going in and defeating these lines, because if you just, like, you know, do this, you know, just draw hard, it's not really gonna look good. You also want your lines for inking to be clean and smooth and ready to go for a colorist. With skeletons and then outside the body. So let's do an example for you. When you're about to start a drawing, right? You're just looking at this blank canvas. For example, let's say Sonic proportions, right? You're gonna start drawing out this massive head, and then you're gonna start drawing this teeny tiny, almost like bean body. And then I'm drawing these guidelines to help me indicate where I should be putting the face. And it's more closer to the edge of his face because you're gonna have these quills here in the back. And then on the top of his head, going into his head, where the circle is, I'm gonna put the ears. And then the arm, I'm just using basic shapes here. You see how I put that circle there? And then I'm basically just going in and using basic shapes. Just drawing a cylinder for his legs, cutting it off right there, and then I'm using a curving method for his shoes. Then I'm using another shape here, and then rectangle for the hand. Let's see, how would I do this? And then once you got the form down, that's when you can start going in and doing all these details. Like the mouth. So at this stage, like when you lay down your foundation, that's when I will go in with a light eraser. And then I will start doing my details. So you want to go from shape, form, detail. Because the shapes are the most important thing. You're laying out your foundation. The form is what's having the person identify the character, and the details just puts all that into perspective. So the detail is really not that important compared to the other two. The detail, I'm just telling you what the character is. The detail makes up a small portion of the pyramid. Damn it. So this is the pyramid. You have your shape, your form, and your details. You really want to get these two down pat before you start working on this. And then also using perspective, you see how with the ear, I'm drawing this ear slightly off-centered because he's looking at a certain angle. And this ear is going to be just a little bit bigger. And then these quills are so difficult to master. Like I still don't have it down. So everything, like these elements just work so well together, and they're helping me construct this character that you can recognize. So yeah, that's just a basic sketch right there. Well, hopefully my direction has given you a little bit more of an insight as to how to construct, you know, your characters. Just make sure you got the shapes and your forms down before you start working on the details. Because when somebody looks at your work, and if these two are off, the details aren't really going to matter. You're going to put all that work working on the details when your perspective is off and something about your character doesn't look right. That's why the details aren't really that important until you get to the final product. Do. And I know my good friend on Facebook, he gave me some amazing video tutorials on how to draw an adventure style. And from that I also looked at videos on how to draw in the Toei style, because I never really, like, I've tried to draw in, you know, official art style, but it never really worked out. So maybe I'll dabble into that a little bit. I'm gonna look back on these videos in about 3 years, and I'm gonna be like, why the F did I do this and this and that? If YouTube is still around, that is. Yeah, that's exactly what a lot of artists do. They tend to, I guess, hide their art with over detailing it so much. And when I first started school, I did that, and you know, my art teacher, he broke it down, and you know, he critiqued the shit out of my work, and he really ingrained it into my brain that perspective is something important, something that every artist should have and need. And you know, just seeing things in shapes instead of seeing things with details. And then, you know, when I finished school the first year, I didn't exactly finish. Like, I wouldn't say quit, because I didn't quit. I just didn't finish the classes because I went in a very depressive state, because you know, I had to really ask myself, is making comics what I really want to do? And you know, I had to go on that journey by myself. This year when I went back to class, I also didn't finish because I got a raise from my job, and you know, from that raise, I had to have more devotion, I guess, you know, a higher position. So I couldn't really finish my classes this time around. But yeah, that first year, it was especially difficult for me because I was taking 2 classes, and you know, I was just trying so hard, and I also had to balance out a full-time job with that, while taking 2 classes and doing all this homework. And I just had to really ask myself, is making comics what I really want to do, or is this something I just like to do for a hobby? But it's like, I don't want to learn all these things and then I don't use them. You know, all those years of drawing Dragon Ball Z was not for nothing. Well, let's see how the lady's butt. Oh my god, what the heck? Okay. I didn't know men's butts didn't hang down. Oh, like that, right? The guys are like this, ladies are like that. But my butt is like that, though. Sometimes when people gain weight, you know, you never know where your weight can go. So yeah, guys' butts can hang if that's where their weight goes. But I am in the process of losing weight. I have been working out for about 4 days straight, which is not bad. I've been trying to build muscle. Not even lose weight, just convert the weight into muscle. Because I think I'm at an okay body weight, but it's just like fat, it's not muscle. So if it was muscle, it would be even better. I can't believe people actually stick around for this long and watch like a 2-hour live stream. I used to do that a lot too, but I know artists, when, you know, a lot of artists, when they want to draw, they don't want to go on YouTube and watch videos. They want to maybe listen to a live stream while they draw, or put on some type of music, which is what I do. The pain of, oh my god. Well, hopefully we can get some of the SilverTeam in here the next time we stream, and they'll be able to better answer questions about the comic and about the series and stuff. Because that was my first Sonic project, was the SilverTeam I'm still working on, and then I went over to Sonic Chronicles so I can do some art so they can repurpose the game into HD. Now I'm at Sonic Legacy, where I feel the most comfortable because it's actually comics. Yeah, this weekend it was very relaxing for me also. I really don't want to go to work. Actually, I'm hoping that if Sonic Legacy is so successful, then maybe, you know, just maybe, we'll get paid a decent amount over time, and that will like cut back hours on my job. But at the same time, it's just like this thing in the back of my head where it's like, I see that a lot of people are hyped for this, right? And it's like, what if we just get that DMCA takedown? It's like, it just won't escape my head, because I've seen a lot of projects fall to the hands of these companies that want to protect their IP, quote unquote protect. But Sega this year, they seem to be doing so many good things, and I don't want them to fuck up by, you know, taking down anybody's comic that they worked so hard to build, and a community. Because I can't use up panels. I wish I was better at doing that. I don't really draw fight scenes anymore. Let's see if the adventure style coloring would benefit this man. I've also had a lot of people compliment the sound quality of my voice in these videos. I'm using the Blue Yeti microphone. And it costs like $150. I got it a couple of years ago. Still holding up. Shining Force 3, oh my god. What I also want to do is I want to work on some Spyro projects, because actually that's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Not just Spyro, but a lot of PlayStation projects. Like, I want to dig up these old titles from the ground and make one-shot comics out of them and pitch them to these companies. Because, you know, kids, they don't really know anything else besides Sonic and Mario. I want people, like children and people alike, to experience different kinds of IP, such as Spyro and Crash and Ratchet and Clank in these different mediums and not just games, because they didn't really have a chance. We just got a couple of good games, we got a whole bunch of spin-off sequels, but we didn't really get that opportunity, like we did with Sonic and Mario, to see these characters, you know, become the best thing that they could be. And I don't want to let these characters die, not by a long shot. So actually a lot of weeks ago, I was working on this Spyro meets Sonic pinup that I'm still doing. And I want to create like a one-shot comic, because I know that IDW owns the rights to Skylanders. So maybe they can do a crossover with that. But I want the original Spyro. I don't like Skylanders Spyro. I don't know what the hell was Activision thinking. For a long time, Spyro fans, like, it was cool in the moment for kids, because you can play with your toys and stuff, which was not bad. They get teleported. Damn, I ate at 3, and I'm feeling kind of hungry again. I'm thinking about going out and just buying something sweet to eat. like a double chocolate chip cookie. Oh my god, I'm gonna have diabetes because I cannot stay away from sweet things. And I'm trying to follow this diet where I'm not trying to eat carbs during a certain time of the day. Because my friends, they work out, they told me that if you eat carbs in the morning, then that's okay because you're going to lose it throughout the day. But at the night, where you're at your most rested, you're not going to lose any of that weight. I was actually talking to my friend the other day, and I was telling them, I've been drawing for 19 years, and I couldn't believe my ears when I said that out loud. I said 19 years I've been drawing. Not every single day, but I still been drawing for that long. I could not believe it. And I've changed and I've grown so much from my art. I'm thinking about just doing a video. I started this series a long time ago, but I never really stuck with it. Where I just show you guys all of my old original art from when I was a kid. That I still keep because I knew I was going to use it someday. Well, you're looking very snazzy there, eh? I wish I had the mental capacity to do that. I'm gonna have to if I want to get into animation. I draw so many frames per second. Jesus. Actually, yeah, let me just stick to what I was gonna do originally. Maybe I should make them darker than that. Let's see what that's gonna do. Maybe red. Ooh! That looks like it'll compliment somebody. What did I walk into? Hey, Alti! This is for the SilverTeam project, where we're working on a comic for their animation. And this character here is not Tails, but he is in fact a spy. And he's using an alias. I guess you could say this is his secret undercover thing. You know, one of those spies who try to look like somebody, so they won't get caught. Now I'm just trying a technique. Gonna leave his eyelids alone because I'm not sure what to do with that. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. My lines aren't exactly closed, so I'm gonna have to go in with the lasso tool. This is something I really don't like doing. And I'm going to see what color is good. I know I want like a dark green trench coat. That color actually looks pretty damn good. That complements it a lot. And I've noticed that, you know, a lot of people have told me this when coloring something. Is that if you use the magic wand tool, there's going to be a very thin white line around the lines that you're trying to color, and you would have to go back in and recolor it if you don't expand the selection tool correctly. And that has shown up in printing and stuff. So that's why I don't really like the selection tool that much, because it doesn't really get in those lines. Oh, OT, you want to see what I was doing in the beginning of the stream? I wasn't doing that. But this is what I was doing. I was doing some crazy shadow type of thing right here, where he's got all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds, and he's absorbing all this Chaos energy, and he feels like Majin Vegeta. This guy is basically trying to kill Sonic right now. And I wanted him to have, like, foaming at the mouth. I wanted him to look crazy as F right here. Because he's finally going to be able to kill Sonic. Guess something he's wanted, not wanted, I don't know. Oh, okay. At least I selected that side. And this side, for some reason, I didn't select. Maybe I might make the inside of his collar. Oh, you see what I mean about this white line? And how you have to go over it? Use completely different layers for every color. Well, if I'm flatting, then I just use like one layer because it's just a base color. I would just write flats if I'm just drawing one character, because I'm so lazy. I don't like creating so many layers. I just like creating one layer at a time. Because if you're doing flat colors, you don't really need a lot of layers if it's just going to be a base color, I feel. See that white line? I don't know if it's showing up. But this white line right here is so annoying. But my coloring techniques are not really that good, so I wouldn't recommend listening to me. There's actually a guy in the Sonic Legacy Discord named Pete. He does some amazing colors, and Jamo. That guy, he does some amazing colors as well. Their level of color theory is really freaking good. I feel like in order to do colors, you need to understand color theory. You need to understand lights and darks. You need to understand depth and perception. Because the colorist has one of the most important roles of manipulating people into thinking that something is there or something is coming at them. You can only achieve so much from penciling and inking. I feel like the colorist needs to know a whole library of color techniques. They need to understand perspective. They need to understand a whole lot of things. Day-old water I'm drinking in my canteen. Day-old water tastes weird. Burning colors is not shading. Holy Jesus Christ. Let me actually tell you a story. When I first got into digitally drawing, right, I had my Bamboo tablet, and then I had Adobe Elements 13 or 11, or I forget what number it was. So I wanted to start a comic. I wanted to start a Silver the Hedgehog comic, and it's like, oh my god, my techniques for coloring back then, that's all I was using. I was using the airbrush, I was using the color dodge, I was using the blur tool. It's like, my understanding of colors was not good. Really not good. I don't recommend nobody do what I was doing. What the hell am I doing with my life? So yeah, I'm so ashamed of myself for even using those techniques when I first started, but it was when I first started, you know, I made it work still. It was like, I just didn't know. The only thing I knew how to do was make manga back then. Oh my goodness. This irks me to no end. So a good way to get rid of that white line is to expand the area. Okay, not that, not whatever I just did. Expand the area by 2 pixels. And then do something like that. I might change that inner collar though. So I might just like gray out all of this. So yeah, I really might just change that inner collar. And all of that would be gray. Or black. So do you think these are good colors? Because his person is a spy, right? So they don't really wear light clothes. But this inner collar has got to go. Be gone. I've seen enough here. Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? I think that looks better, I suppose. I want to try a Sonic Adventure style on this guy really quickly. The eyes. Let's see. What is that noise? Oh, it's the plane. I thought that was an ice cream truck. I was about to scream. Actually, if you go on the Sonic Legacy Discord and you use the the emoji thing, you're gonna see this crazy face. It's called Tempest Ice Cream Truck emoji that I made because I just couldn't get over the fact that I saw a screenshot at that moment. So from the tutorials, it wasn't even a tutorials, it was like a speed painting. They didn't really specify whether I should make the next layer on multiply or not. But I think I should. Let's see. Let me take away a little bit of thing here. So from what I've seen in the tutorial, I'm just doing this from memory. I don't even have a reference picture on me right now. I hope I'm doing this right. because I don't even know if I'm doing this right. Okay. Because I know that using the airbrush tool is imperative for this kind of style. I think he looks decent? Question mark? Let's see. Yeah, I never drew the adventure style before, so this is all very new to me. I should have some sort of reference. Give me 1 second, guys, while I try to pull up some reference. Okay. So I think I kind of understand what's happening. So right now I have some Sonic Adventure references. Let's see if these will work. Whew! Where is the... Not that close. I hate trying a new style because I'm like so focused on trying a new style. Then I don't know what color his eyelids should be because all of these Sonic Adventure pictures don't really show him with his eyelids down. Well, this one, but his eyelids are white. What the heck? Well, for Sonic. Okay, let's see. She's a complementary color. I don't know how to do this. Okay, let's see. Actually, let me just lasso this. I think I'm only gonna do the face. So I can get more comfortable doing this. Oh, what's up, man? I didn't know you left. Oh my god, so many people commented on my post in the IDW squad. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna wing this. That's cool, man. Right now I'm trying a Sonic Adventure coloring style, which I probably shouldn't have done. Okay, that looks alright. That's interesting. So yeah, this is not going as planned because this is like literally my first time trying this coloring style, but it's like I need some sort of direction. The YouTube tutorials I looked up they didn't have any direction. They just showed, you know, a speed video of it. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about when you're trying to draw from official art. It doesn't really work out. So I don't like the way this is coming out, so I'm not going to continue to do this until I rewatch those videos at the same time that I'm doing this. Because if I don't have a solid reference down, then it's just not possible to do something like this. And I also got to fix up the coloring a little bit. I think what I'm going to do off stream is try more swatches, put it in the SilverTeam channel and see what they think about it before I actually start coloring. That'll be a better idea than actually coloring. So let's see. But let's wrap up the stream with this. The commission that I was working on that I really like, just because it has a little bit of an old school feeling. So I don't know if I want to use the G pen for this. Maybe I'll just use the other pen that I was using. Some more inking. Oh my god, what the hell is wrong with me and just going in and starting to ink without creating another layer? Look at that. Have you ever done that before? But definitely in a live stream coming up, I do want to show my process of making comic page, a Sonic comic page. Just live stream me doing some pencils for a page. give you guys a little bit of direction if you want to try out for Sonic Legacy or IDW. Oh no, he died. I actually downloaded an emulation of this game on my phone because I loved it so much when I was a kid. I think I loved it mainly because of the music. This guy likes his art in a certain style. So, which is why I'm drawing it more detailed, I guess. Boom, 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 boom. I enjoy getting commissions, man. Dude, hold on a second. Sonic Advance 2. Okay. I know I wasn't going crazy. Because I was about to say, my brother has all 3 of the Advance series games. But wasn't there like a Sonic Advance Battle? That's the same thing? Because I remember at one point we only had Sonic Advance 1 and 2. I mean 1 and 3, because 3 had that mode where you can play as 2 characters at once. Or 2 characters on the screen, I should say. And I do want to give my Surface a little break, which is why I'm going to head over to my Xbox and play some Halo. I really hate Halo 5, but the thing is, my PlayStation, its memory is all used up, so I really can't update any games right now on it. And, you know, I don't want to buy an external hard drive because they're coming out with all these brand consoles. I might as well just say, well, to buy a brand new console rather than a new rather than a hard drive for that PlayStation. But if you guys ever want to connect with me on Xbox, it's the same tag name, Katonuchiha4525 on Microsoft. If you want to like friend me, we can play some Halo. I also did download Fortnite, but I'm not that good at it. But what I mostly play on there is Halo. I use my Xbox for Halo. I also had that Dragon Ball Z game that I'm really not good at. But if you want to get beat at Halo, you should definitely friend me on the Xbox. Advance 3 is the hardest. I think Advance 3 was a little bit difficult, yeah. Because it was... I did not get past the 3rd level, and when I did, I got stuck on the 4th level. And some of the levels were just like too long and daunting. I'm gonna work on Nox now. And these are Ken Pender characters, by the way. Please do not hate on this guy, Ken Penders. because he is an artist like we all are. And I understand that his art is not exactly the best in the community. A lot of people have that opinion. But it's like, a lot of people also have their opinions on Ian Flynn or Tracy Arley. I respect all Sonic people, like Sonic artists who worked on this franchise. I have not did that because I have not thought of that, and I didn't even know you can do that. I'm kind of behind on technology hacks. And yeah, I'm planning to make shorter videos for you guys, so half my viewers don't have to sit through a 2-hour long video. And maybe I'll get into a little bit of vlogging. I've been saying that, but I haven't taken the camera outside. I think Yardley's art style really was incredible during the Scourge era. The Scourge era was really amazing. And Tracy back then, he really captured a lot of Sonic emotion within the Archie Sonic characters. Over time, his art style really evolved into more mainstream, I guess, like, video game type, what Sega wants, quote unquote. It's kind of hard to explain. I feel like after the reboot, how the characters were drawn and conveyed wasn't really there. Like, I felt like that reboot just split the community even more. Because we had these old characters who seemed like brand new characters who didn't seem like the same thing to us, the fans who've been there since the beginning. And change is good. Change is not bad, but you know, it's really hard to let go of the past. It's really hard to let go of those things that you loved and cherished, like Sad AM. I will never, ever, ever let go of that. Because I remember just collecting the VHSs, and now I collect the DVDs, and now I want to collect the comics because, you know, those characters, even though it was a short season, like short couple of seasons, it still made me excited to turn on the TV Saturday morning and watch Sad AM. That's one thing this community is never gonna let go of, is the Sad AM characters. And until Sega realizes that, they're gonna have a big problem with their comics. I feel like, anyway. Because I want to be able to see a lot more characters rather than the main cast, and it's good that we got Tangled. It's awesome. But I think what Sega needs to understand is, like, we got these really old characters that people love. Why are you just letting them die? Why aren't we doing something about them? As a matter of fact, there are Sonic and Sally statues in Australia right now that some guy is trying to get so he can restore them because he loves the franchise and he loves the Sad AM characters. Sad AM was a show that was for little kids, But you had this amazing writer who wrote some of the stories he wrote really connected in a way. Like, he was doing the show for kids, right? But he was trying to connect with the kids on a very emotional level when it came to some of those episodes, which would made that series really great. But there was also a downfall to it that I don't understand, because it was competing with a lot of other Saturday AM cartoons at the time. Because that was the boom of the animation era. Because you had Batman the animated series, you had the X-Men. So for the Sonic Saturday AM series to die, it was totally understandable at that time. But the guy who was writing these, it was amazing. And then you had the animation team, was also amazing. And I'm so glad that they created those characters from the ground up, specifically for that show, which translated into the comics. Alright, so there you go. I inked these characters because the background is not done, so I'm not going to ink them. So let's review what we did on the stream today. We got this done, inked that. Got the inks and some of the flat colors done for the first character design. I'm going to start inking the other characters off stream and coloring. We got this basic sketch done that I'm probably going to turn into a pin-up drawing, because it doesn't look half bad, actually. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Oh, got that demonstration down. So yeah, I got done everything I said I was gonna get done this stream, which was not bad. So yeah, guys, if you like the stream, please give it a massive thumbs up. Please share my YouTube channel so I can gain more subscribers. I'm at 243 subscribers. If I can get to 250 by the end of this month, I would be so freaking happy, and I will have all of you guys to thank for that, for your support, and for everything that you've done, question mark. Well, your support is like a lot, and me inspiring people and me showing you guys my process, I'm happy to do. I'm also always around on Discord now. You can message me if you need help with something, or if you just want to talk. I don't mind. I like talking. It's my job anyway. So yeah, all my social media links will be in the description box below. I mean, on top or below, whatever. And yeah, this has concluded this live stream. For next week, we are going to live stream again on Sunday. And I do want to live stream maybe tomorrow, because I get off of work early. So we will see. But I also had to get up for work early on Tuesday. I will let you guys know over on Twitter or Discord if we are live streaming again tomorrow. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Please stay golden, and I will catch you all in the next stream.